Tonight, we're going to be talking about all of the wonderful Marvel Legends reveals from the Hasbro team. We'll talk about that and more tonight on Geek Dad Live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geek Dad Life. My name is Jay Glatfelter, and joining me tonight is the gentleman that took this stream over. It still says Geek Doll Life up in the corner. Let's give a warm welcome to the friend that brought me back, helped me fight my cease and desist from NECA so that I could be back here tonight. Dole, how's it going, my friend?
Dude, I had to call NECA and I had to put them, I gave them a cease and desist on your cease and desist. Like, I had to do it. It was Geek Desist Life. And, and I stopped it. I stopped it from happening. You know what? And I decided tonight I'll come back. I took everyone's feedback. I left my friends at home. So don't worry.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
That one made me laugh. I was like, yeah, they're right. My friends are really annoying.
No, I thought it was fun.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I can't help but to rip on those guys. I have to.
No, it was great. Thank you for subbing in. I was just gonna like not have anything happen last week. And then I think it was Dave in the Discord was like, you should have Dole take over. And then I messaged you and you're like, sure. And
yeah, sure.
you
what
did
the hell?
wonderfully. You are marvelous. What was so funny is I watched it in the morning because and for those that don't know, we took our family, Colleen, I, and the boys to London for Colleen's sister lives there. And I've been to London a few times, but never during Christmas time. And, you know, Europe goes all out for Christmas. So we thought it'd be a fun family trip. The boys' first trip out of the country. But anyways, it was like 3 a.m. or whatever UK time. So you all kept saying, "What's Jay gonna say?" I was like, "I was sleeping. Whatever you guys doing is fine."
There's no copyright strikes. I think we did good.
Yeah, there's no copyright strikes. No bannings. I watched like the first hour or so as we're getting ready the next day, and it was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
But anyway. Let's jump into things, Doellers. We got a lot to talk about today. I feel like I have been, and probably it was healthy. Like I didn't pay attention to toys for this past week. Like I feel like I have no idea what happened.
You didn't miss much. I will tell you what you might have missed in the last 24 hours.
Oh,
Kyle, what's good, gentlemen? 24-hour live stream just ended on Toying Around.
Whew,
what was it? It was like they raised almost $9,000.
That's great.
For St. Jude's, and
great
it was
charity.
A 24-hour stream. I ended up doing, I don't know how I did this, Jay. I was on that stream playing video games with everybody from midnight to 3 a.m.
See, okay. Back in my Lost podcast days, we used to do a 24-hour charity podcast. This was like old school streaming and stuff like that. It was really shitty and compared to what is available today. But the that midnight to like 3 a.m. witching hours in a 24-hour live stream are so crucial and so important. So Ryan Dole, I having needed someone to like help you get through that chunk of time where it'll either make or break you on a 24-hour stream. Kudos to you for being a part of that.
Well, it was a lot of fun because it's just like hanging out playing video games, except everyone's watching. Right?
That'll get you through. That'll get you through.
It was fun.
I would always get delirious by that point and just like I think Ralph would do it sometimes, or like Jorge Garcia or something, and we would find some way to do a list, like a 200 top movies of all time list, just something to try and fill 4 hours or whatever.
That's awesome. Hey, I'm going to be doing a list.
Yeah. Oh, we got some Marvel and other stuff today, so we're definitely be listening. Gonna be listening.
I love lists.
Let's say hello to the chat. It is hopping tonight. Colleen is here, Daryl Robinson, Paul Galliano, Make Mine Marvel Toys. Oh, and he's sick. I'm so sorry you're sick, Paul. I hope a speedy recovery. GDL still exists after last week.
What happened last week?
Banquet table. Jay, the YHS guy, said all sorts of bad things about you, I promise. Well earned, honestly. Cougar McGillicuddy, Z-Man at the party, Johnny Disco, Angry Elf, Buddy Knight, VCG cosplay, Dave is here. Master Splinter, Steven Flash in the house, Doralaxian, Topher Khan, Christopher Negri, Brick Something is here. Mike Hunt, the Retro Gold, Ian, Monsters from Beyond, Luis Shiny, Plastic People, Allison Troy, Master of the Research, Nick Dillinger, in the house, Mr. Ryan Clark, Shondo, Gecko, Joe O'Toole, and so many more. Thank you everybody for coming to hang out, talking toys tonight. We got some member anniversaries. We got Matt Bush, member for 28 months.
Nice.
Wonderful Matt Bush. Everybody's dearest and sweetest friend. Tryon is here with 25 months of membership, as well as Angry Elf. J-Rod with 28 months. Charlie Weaver with 28 months. Dave just gifted 5 GDO family memberships. Thank you, Dave, for doing that.
That's nice.
And Gray Fox member for 27 months. So a lot of long time membership anniversaries. There's some more popping up here. Wow. I see it in a live thing. We got Riley Bob, 28 months. Chad Stewart, 13 months. Woo! Everybody.
Man,
welcome.
Awesome.
And thank you for being a part of the GDL family. Because remember,
I got family.
When you have the GDL family.
That's right.
Woo! All right. Dole.
Hey.
What should we jump into first? Should we do the Marvel Legends? That's what the thumbnail was.
Well, let's talk about Marvel Legends and how amazing that team killed it.
They really did. I feel like I wasn't expecting much of anything from them, and they brought it. I
blame Dan Young.
Okay, why do you blame Dan?
Because when he goes on social media, he'll be like, hey, just to set expectations. And he always does that kind of thing where it's like, now it's like, how do I believe you? Right. And I know he only said this time, like, there's going to be nothing for entertainment, like based on entertainment. But that also turned out to be a goddamn lie. So he was making reveals that I don't think were supposed to happen, judging by Ryan's reaction of, well, maybe we're not going to see that. But anyways, we'll get to it. It was so much fun.
Oh man. Let's jump into it here. So many great reveals. Should we start off with the Electro? What is it? Woman? What's her name? I don't know. Electro.
I believe this. Okay, I might be wrong. I might be thinking of a different character. There was a time when pretty much the majority of the Sinister Six were all like their daughters. And I think Doc Ock was definitely one within the 90s. Yeah. I can't remember if this is the same case now. But I'm all for this figure.
She's sick. She looks awesome.
Yeah. Give it to me. There's something about this mask too, this Electro mask that I'm pretty sure people think is ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure Hollywood is definitely part of that problem.
Wait, but why?
Because
does Electro always have a weird electric face mask thing?
Well, when they did Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2, he had no mask.
Okay.
And then in Far From Home, No Way Home, sorry.
Sure.
They kind of did the mask a little bit, but with electricity.
Sure.
But
in the comics, never just the mask.
But I'm just saying, like, everything else outside of live action, they embraced the mask. I just wish Hollywood would embrace the mask. I love it.
Yeah, what are you afraid of, Hollywood?
What are you afraid of? Yeah,
a lot of things, I think. But
I think so too.
But no, this figure looks pretty damn cool. The Spider-Man animated line or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's pretty sick. All right, we got a little whatever this guy. Which version of Spider-Man is this one?
This isn't a version of Spider-Man. This is Spider-Boy. This is actually a very modern comic. It is very new. Dan Slott's been writing it. To be honest, I have not read it at all, so I don't really know too much about him. But this figure and that picture had me go, well, maybe I'm going to pick up the trade during break. and check it out, because I am now a little curious. Because you can tell it's definitely like the costume itself. I like the red and the blue, but once you add the kicks to it, it just has me go like Spider-Verse has completely changed how we think and look at Spider-Man costumes.
I have a question.
Sure.
Isn't the whole thing of Spider-Man that he's like a kid, like a teenager or kid or something? So like, is this Spider-Boy, like, is he like 8 years old? Like, what's the angle?
Dude, I don't know.
Oh, I think you at least know.
I wish
I read it, but
yeah, sorry, I haven't read it. Well, that's the whole thing. I was always kind of like, I don't know if I'm, but I'll be honest. Outside of Miles Morales in the comics lately, I have not been feeling it. Like anything Spider-Man, like just have not. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if there's any comic readers in the chat tonight, they will completely understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I get it. Going back to the Electro mask thing, if Jackman can don the cowl, Electro can have the lightning bolt mask.
Agreed.
I agree. You know, I finally watched Batman. Good Lord, Wolverine, Deadpool, Wolverine again. It's the first time watching it since.
Hey, where's my Batman Wolverine movie?
Right, exactly. Yeah. On the plane, it was playing on the plane, and going back, we flew back from Copenhagen to
you
New
watched
York.
It on a plane. Okay, anyways,
watched it on a plane, and it was edited like they removed every curse, every slightly offensive phrase was removed from this movie.
Wow.
It was so weird because there's so much profanity and probably offensive words being thrown around in that movie. And so maybe 20% of the original dialogue was still in that film on the plane ride.
Yeah. That's okay.
But it was funny. They what word did they replace? Oh, they wouldn't even keep in the I'm Marvel Jesus or whatever. They kept like changing it to Marvel Jesus or something like that. I was like, damn, they're really getting
I want to see this cut. I want to see the airplane cut.
Yeah, it's we flew Scandinavian Airlines, SAS. So I guess the Scandinavians are very reserved. They don't want any...
That's a nice way to put it. Sure.
Anywho,
yeah.
Moving on.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Boy.
Spider-Boy. Yeah, but it's a cool figure. So I'm probably gonna get this whole wave. This is great.
Yeah, I mean it's damn good wave. And then we've got our Spider-Man Unlimited.
Okay. What do you know about Spider-Man Unlimited? Do you know anything?
No, I don't think I know anything.
Okay. So Spider-Man Unlimited, this was a cartoon that was a follow-up to Spider-Man in the 90s. Mm-hmm. This came out in the late 90s. This was Marvel's reaction to Batman Beyond.
Ah, okay.
Right? It only lasted one season. It's not very good. It is on Disney Plus if you do want to check it out.
Okay.
I did, when the comics came out for this, I bought the first issue. Mm-hmm. We did get this Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse. And I say we, because I still feel like I played a part in this. Because I had the Unlimited Spider-Man #1 hanging up in my office during the making of the first movie.
Uh-huh.
And they took pictures of my office when they first came, and they took pictures of everything on the wall. Because I wallpapered the entire office with my comic book, with the Spider-Man comic collection, like all my favorite covers.
Yeah,
as one does. Because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna. I could never do this at any other studio. And they just like, oh yeah, if you want to decorate how you want. And I was like, hell yeah. I went for it. And I think people were not, because I was new to Sony at that time. So I think people were just kind of like, oh my God, this dude is psychotic.
He really loves Sony properties.
Yeah. I do. All right.
What would be the random, Ghostbusters, Marvel, stuff like that, but or Spider-Man? What would be like the random deep cut Sony thing that you could also be obsessive about that you could have had in your office?
Oh God, what is the? Oh, hang on. Stuart Little.
Stuart Little, yes. Michael J. Fox's greatest role, some say.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Glad you hear quit.
I've heard
that. I've never watched it. Did was there old man Peter Parker kind of guiding him?
I can't even dude, I cannot remember.
Okay.
We're gonna have to watch it on and do a review of it on Gotham City tonight.
Do you still want me to come on this Wednesday? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. We can get. Do you want to plug that now? What's happening?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. It's your thing. You've
okay. This Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Alex,
10.
and Jay will be on Gotham City tonight with Owen from McFarlane Toys. He is one of the sculptors of the Superpowers line. We are going to ask him the tough question:
Ooh.
Where the women at?
Where are the women?
Where are they at? We got to know. But we just want to talk to him just about like superpowers, what he's, again, just like anything else that we do on any of these channels, just get to know these guys just so that maybe we're not so hard on them.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Maybe. Well, I mean, that has never stopped you or Hatter, or that's actually only stopped me. I'm the only person who's still nice to these people. And,
I'm nice to everybody. I am a sweetheart.
You and Kyle fight all the time.
But that's just Kyle and I's relationship.
Okay. All right.
I fight with him because he's very fightable, you know?
Yeah, I think you two should recreate planes, trains, and automobiles, but it's you guys boy hunting across the country.
It's like a Chatty Cathy doll. It's like when you pull your own string.
Yeah.
I watched that on the plane, by the way. I was in the.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm very toxic. You're right. Very toxic.
Well, thank God someone finally said it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have we're having Owen on, and that's it. We're gonna talk about superpowers. So if you like superpowers, come join us. Come join us. Come hang out.
And I'm glad you brought it because I think I'm doing a thing with McFarlane this week. Let me look it up.
Ooh, like we're gonna pause talking about Marvel for 1 second. We're gonna dive right into DC.
Well, just I do want to make sure I remember what time I'm doing this. So on Wednesday as well. So
right,
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Dan Who reviews. Dan O.
Nice.
Talking about Marvel Legends. Remember for 26 months. Thanks, Dan Who.
Thank you, Dan Who.
And he's here right now watching. Just want to announce I'm very happy to get Spider-Man animated Chameleon.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna get into that. We'll get into that in a hot second. But I'm with you, Dan. I'm 100% with you, Dan.
Also, it's really you're in the UK. Like I was just saying that I was asleep when Dole and friends subbed in last week.
Well, he saw the Marvel Legends thumbnail.
Marvel Legends.
He had to be respectful. That's just how he sounds.
No, that is
don't
like it is a term of endearment that we all do our.
You never hear me make fun of Americans.
It's all the time. That's your default position.
Default setting. Click. Yeah.
That's what I love being in the UK as well, because everybody likes to take the piss out of Americans. And it's funny. I enjoy the hell out of it because we went to the Tower of London and they have these beefeaters that tour, they tour the Tower of London or whatever. And the whole time just cracking jokes at the Americans' expense. And I love it. I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
You can't laugh at yourself. Then what are you even doing?
Right. I agree.
Anywho, all right, let's keep moving on here.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, Marvel's Kane.
Yeah. Is that your Michael Caine? Is that what that was?
Marvel's Kane.
This is the other clones. This is now we are neck deep in the clone saga. Mm-hmm. This is a long overdue figure of this version. So he's just a defective clone of and I always liked how he used his powers in the comic.
Yeah.
So instead of like climbing things, he would like tear off a piece of the wall with his sticky hands and then throw it.
Oh.
Like stuff like that. And I was like,
that's
cool.
I like his look. I like the pink cape thing.
Yeah, the pink with the black with all of a
Yeah,
sudden like
and the
the
orange hair, like it's
yeah,
the ginger hair. Yeah, no, I
dude,
dig it.
it's so good. And I think I will say this: my only nitpick is I wish his like scarf cape thing.
Yeah.
I know it's everyone's like, why does it have to be flapping in the wind? I kind of feel that too. I do wish that part was soft goods.
But would it be as effective? Because I kind of dig I'm with you. I'm usually soft goods all the way. You know this, but
Yeah,
I feel like the windswept kind of thing. It looks good.
and it's very 90s. It's very 90s in
Very
that
90s.
aspect as well. So it's like
Exactly.
even though the rest of my characters will be sitting there and their hair will be down and everyone's fine, he'll still be there in the back with the wind blowing. But I do not like this is like an instant buy. I'm very excited about this.
It looks cool. It looks really cool. Michael gave a $5 super chat and wanted to please consider making a toy donation this week for Toys for Tots. Yes, Toys for Tots. Great organization.
Yes.
Give the toys to the children.
Hasbro's doing a thing with them as well. They sent me an email.
Yes, they are. I got a press thing from them too that they have a big partnership. So yeah, please, as you do your holiday shopping,
hey, not even when you're doing your holiday shopping. If you find that there's toys that you haven't opened,
good call.
or just don't, and you're trying to like, well, what do I do with this now? Donate them. Like you don't necessarily, not everything has to go to the toy show or eBay. If you've got stuff that maybe you feel that you can donate from your collection that you just don't feel you have the space or room for anymore, and they're still in package, donate them.
It has to be in box, right? Like you can't just like put an open toy in.
No, you can't. I don't think you can. But that's what I was saying. Like if you have them still in the package, and you just realize you've owned it for like all year, and you haven't done anything with it, and you still don't know what to do with it, just donate it. You're clearly not going to miss it.
Yeah, let it move on.
Yeah.
Toys for Tots, great charity. We have a fun thing planned next year. Just kind of ran out of time this year, but we're gonna do something even more engaged with Toys for Tots next holiday season. Let's talk about this bad boy, little Agent Venom.
Ooh, Flash Thompson.
And some guns. Look, check at them guns. It's a gun show. He's cool. Handsome dude.
He is cool. He looks great. He looks like Eckert, who plays
Two-Face. Right? Yes.
Yeah. That's who he kind of looks like to me. Yes.
Absolutely.
This is a great figure. I've already heard people compare him to the Tamaguchi one that came out, and it's like super expensive. But I mean, if you're looking for something that fits in with your Marvel Legends and
cheaper,
yeah, because that figure's crazy expensive now too. This is great. And they could do like eventually like Agent Anti-Venom. They could do all the stuff. They could do all the repaints with this too and reuse it forever. This is a great figure. Again, this wave is just banger after banger.
Yeah, this is a damn good wave. Like this is a buy them all kind of thing.
Not even
and not be upset about it.
Do you know what the killer part of that this is? This is a killer wave where I can see no problem buying all of them, and there's not a Build-A-Figure to go with it.
I know.
It's such a heartbreak.
It's the one crappy thing about. I mean, I love the retro card backs and everything, but it sucks. There's no Build-A-Figure. Especially when you got just a kick-ass wave. Marvel's Chameleon.
Yamaguchi. What? Same thing. Tamaguchi's the little pets, isn't it? Digital pets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Colleen's really into those, by the way. She has been playing her time. I bought one because they brought them back, Tamagotchis. So I bought her a Gen 1 Tamagotchi.
That's hot.
I guess. Is it?
Dude, you're probably gonna have another child because of that. And you don't even know. Did you realize what you've done? You're another kid on the way. You heard it here first. Geek Dad Life reveal.
It's increased her fertility. I didn't realize.
Yeah, dude. Like crazy. She might have octuplets or whatever that's called.
It'll be Jay and Call +8. Oh God, no.
Oh God.
Nope. Speaking of which, for the plane, I bought the boy because they got into Pokemon, so I bought them Game Boy Advances and Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then I bought one as well. So I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red on a reimagined Game Boy Advance.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is my pickup this last week. So this is why I played a lot on the plane and stuff like that. But it's a backlit screen. It looks freaking awesome, and it's this is like a retro. It looks like a retro Game Boy, but it's a Game Boy Advance.
You're gonna have fun with that on the way to Japan,
right? Well, I'm probably gonna beat Pokemon by then, but
there's more than one Pokemon game, I'm sure.
You're right. So, anyways, but it's custom made. It has a USB-C charger and everything.
Nice.
It's kind of wild. Like retro games, there's so much like customization stuff. Like I've gotten into it recently. It's kind of been fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, Metroid Fusion. I gotta like dig into all the cool, because I was kind of too old for Game Boy Advance, so I'm kind of like, or I'd already kind of gone past Game Boy Color. Was kind of my like I was already probably too old by that point for Game Boy Color, and then I just went into the Nintendo GameCube, and I stopped doing Game Boy stuff. But I'm kind of like, I'm gonna jump into a bunch of Game Boy Advance games. So if you got any good suggestions for Game Boy Advance, let me know. Send it to geekdeadlife@gmail.com or message me or whatever. Anyways, all right, back to the figures. Here we go. Marvel's Chameleon. How are we feeling about that?
Dude, this is like one of the most anticipated figures of all time. And I'm not even being hyperbolic on this one. This is like
that your default setting, though? I feel
anticipated.
Like that is the dull touch, is just hyperbole.
Hyperbole, correct. But I'm not even being hyperbolic on this one. This is one of the most anticipated figures in the line.
Why is that?
Because Chameleon, first off, Chameleon's awesome. The original figure from the 90s, from the Spider-Man animated line, was also a great figure. He had the interchangeable heads with like Jonah, Spider-Man, right? Great stuff. Awesome. Yep. And people have just been waiting for this. Like I can't even think of the last time we got a Chameleon figure. So to get this and then have it be in like the 90s, just the 90s animated look, and then on that retro card line, and of course with the J. Jonah Jameson mask, it's brilliant. This is the best. Cool. Everyone buy this toy.
Yeah.
Everyone buy it. That's that.
You need this. I need to get that as like a sound bite. Just like give me a clean. You need this, and I'll make it ready for next.
Yeah, because you're not a real Spider-Man fan if you don't own this Chameleon. Like no one will take you seriously. Work won't respect you. Your parents will be disappointed. Just trust me.
Dan, who says 2015 in that crappy suit was the last one. A new one is waived. Almost a decade. Practically.
Decade ago. Yeah. It's funny. I can barely even picture. I swear there was one. Yeah, and I can barely even remember what it looks like because it was just so uneventful at that time.
Yeah.
Right now, I want a Jackal. I want a Jackal figure, a 90s Jackal.
It does. It looks so 90s. Just the colors of this thing.
That's so good. It's so good.
So good. So this goes up for order on 12/12, which is
Wednesday?
Thursday.
We don't know how to
Thursday.
Yeah, we don't know how to calendar over here.
I just pulled up my calendar.
Nice.
12th is Thursday.
There it
1
is.
p.m. Eastern.
This was, again, it was just like every time they did a reveal, it was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like it was awesome. It was, again, these guys did great. And this is how they kicked off the stream. They did a little housekeeping with the, just kind of like, hey, we did this convention. And then that's where they kicked it off with Elektra. Then came these are like the store exclusives.
Yeah.
So they showed off like, hey, we're getting, you got Kazar here and Zabu from Savage Land. And they were like, well, we got more Savage Land figures on the way. Then Ryan Ting looked at the camera, looked at me specifically, and winked. So I could only mean that Savage Land Rogue is confirmed. And I'm getting it. I am getting it. That's what I feel. That's what that meant. I'm sure everyone else caught that too. He was winking at me. So I'm pretty sure that's happening, and it's very
Ryan
exciting.
Ting, he doesn't watch all the time, but he usually watches if we're talking about a Marvel thing the next day or whatever. So I assume you're watching this right now. Can you confirm if there was a wink for Ryan?
You know what?
Doellers?
As a fellow
Let us know.
Ryan, I'll
Let us
just
know.
confirm it. Yeah, I'll confirm it. Savage Land Rogue. I would love it if they did it as a box set, so you get like her, get Rogue, you get that like shirtless Magneto,
Ooh,
you get like just throw in like a weird oddball. Like this is a good time to throw in oddball characters like Forearm, who got a Toy Biz figure in the 90s. And then you could throw another lame ass character that you kind of want to have, but you don't really need it. So you throw in like Amphibious. You could do so much. But regardless, we're getting more Savage Land figures. I'm 100% in. And here, the other cool thing about this is the Xavier to go with that. It comes with the new Cerebro helmet, all this stuff. You can take this Xavier. If you have the other Xavier in the hover chair, you can put this Xavier in the hover chair, and then you've got X-Men 97 last 2 episodes, Professor Xavier. Folks,
damn,
you need this. You're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear those 3 words a lot tonight. You need this. This is an important figure. This is a Target exclusive. Everyone, call your local Target. Tell them you work for Hasbro and that you need to see their inventory, and get yourself one.
Is that how that works?
I think a lot of Ghostbusters fans were doing that during the pandemic. I work for Hasbro and I need to see your Ghostbusters.
Didn't what was that website? It was like Brick
Finder?
Brick Finder, yeah. Wasn't everybody doing that during the pandemic? Brick Finder.
What happened to that? Go back to that.
I think it's still a thing because it was like for searching Legos, but then like during the pandemic, everybody was doing Brick Finder to try and find.
Yeah, to find Baroness.
Yeah, Baroness and other figures.
Brick Finder says there's 5 at this Walmart. Go.
Exactly. God, the pandemic was wild.
Oh.
Blake is here, Toy Collector Magazine. 31 minutes in for the first Ghostbusters. That's shocking that we made it 31 minutes in the first.
Yeah, and since you've been gone, they even funded a HasLab.
That's true. I want to check into that at some point today. The HasLab.
Oh, it funded. Don't worry.
I know it funded. I know that. But I want to just see where it ended up and see how Brian Brink's projections pan out.
Oh yeah.
A lot of us actually I started my channel right before the pandemic, but it basically became a pandemic channel because originally it was going to be like Geek Dad Life, a bunch of things that weren't just toy collecting, but once the pandemic hit, like it's all I could do was try and buy toys, so that became the channel. But I wrote an article. It's going to be in the next Toy Collector, folks.
Waiting for mine. I want to do an article about toy collecting in Canada and why it sucks.
It's a great article idea.
And it's just a sad comment.
One long, 500 words.
Long, sad comment.
So it is my toy collector debut.
Nice.
Like
Congratulations.
asked me to do a little. Thank you. A little blurb about New York Comic-Con. So check it out and be gentle. I'm not a writer by trade, but
it's okay.
We'll see.
As long as there's no spelling mistakes, you're fine.
I had Colleen proofread it. She's like an actual journalist. So hopefully it was okay. Blake never told me if he liked it or not, so I don't know.
It's getting published, so it's good enough.
Yeah, but people are like, oh, I can't believe I asked him to do this, but I already asked him, so we're just gonna have to publish it. Good or not.
We go.
But anywho, this Spider-Man, I was really pumped for this Spider-Man because I think this is based off of that 70s movie, American movie, right? Or whatever.
Correct.
That TV.
Yep. That's why it comes with a string.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure my first ever Spider-Man experience was watching this movie on my great-grandmother's TV in her mobile home in Lakeside, California in the 80s. And this was my first interaction with this character. and I had my Toy Biz Spider-Man or whatever, or the reason I wanted a Toy Biz Spider-Man was because of this Spider-Man. I love this Spider-Man. Dole, what's your thoughts?
I also love this Spider-Man. I'm very excited. I need this. None of you need this. Just leave this if you find it. Just if you see one of these at the store, just be like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna leave one for Dole. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I'm glad we have Dan Larson's. It's not leave one for the next collector. It's just leave one for Dole.
That's right. That's.
This is my dream Spidey.
Charlie,
so
I call
my feelings. It wasn't just. It must be a lot of us like this TV special or whatever movie that was turned to whatever it was. I watched it on TV.
Well, Brian Carr makes a good point here. This is the Spidey on the Electric Company in the late 70s.
Ah, yes,
as well. Same costume. This is great though. This is one of those figures that we never talk about it happening because it just seems so out of the realm of ever actually happening.
Yes.
Right? Because there's another Spider-Man that I would love for them to make that I don't think they will ever make. And I think fans would absolutely hate it. They're going to act like, oh, I would love that. But I'm like, you'd hate it because I would love a 66 animated or 67, I guess it would be 67 animated Spider-Man where the webbing is not printed on the chest. So it's on the head, the gloves, but not the chest. And it didn't have those like Ditko eyes, or not Ditko eyes, Romita eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it would be that's another one of my dream Spider-Mans to have. But this is just one I never expected. And it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's one of those unexpected figures that I see it and it like unlocks core foundational memories because I hadn't thought about that memory in a long time, and just seeing it's like just time machine on the floor, little kid, one of those big, TVs that were furniture sitting on the floor watching this thing, and that's what I was like, that guy is cool. That's a cool Spider-Man, and so
I wish it came with an alternate head, though, of the actor. I think we all feel that way. But I mean, absolutely. I understand why they probably don't have the likeness right, so I understand. That's fine. That's just me being, I just want more. But it's just like, this is already enough. I just want to make that clear. As much as I would love the portrait or the extra head, talking pretentious again, like a Mondo employee. This is great. This is a perfect figure. And thank you. Look at those, he's already ready to climb. Like, this is so good. This is so good. Yeah.
Anywho, very cool. Very cool. Okay, this one I know a lot of people were excited about on the internets.
Yeah, well, for multiple reasons. First, Dan also confirmed. I don't know if it's considered a leak if he does it. But you can see Ryan Tig like, hey, let's not be talking about that yet. The Electro is coming as well. Jamie Foxx.
Hell yeah.
Electro is coming as well for this line from No Way Home. On the bright side, we've got this. We have the Lizard, and this is a beautiful sculpt as well. I know a lot of people aren't fans of people. I don't know. Is Andrew Garfield,
are people the worst? Yes, you're right.
People are the worst. But I mean, just like as far as like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, when those movies came out, people just like, it's the worst. He's the worst. This is terrible, blah, blah, blah. But now everyone's like, well, maybe it's not that bad. Like people have kind of come around, calmed down a little bit. Right? Because it's not Tobey Maguire.
I do think it is I liked the first one. I liked the second movie Spider-Man costume.
That's the best costume in any movie ever.
I think so. I really, it was kind of like it took the first movies and like made it more iconic, I guess.
Nice big eyes. Like it was good.
But so I do really dig the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I just think that second movie was a mess. Like it was just like overstuffed. It kind of did that thing, movies by committee do, where it's just like way too much stuff thrown in there.
Hey, and to be fair, Spider-Man movies for the most part are like, because again, I work for the company that makes all of them. They are very, I am certain, I've never been in the room when it happens, but I am guaranteeing you there have probably been fights in a room with people who wear suit and ties.
I believe it.
Over what should happen, right? Little do they know, I'm the only person in the world who knows what's best for Spider-Man.
It's just you. Nobody else.
Just me. That's not
Lord
true.
and Miller.
Yeah. just get Spider-Man married to Mary Jane. We're good. But no, like, I mean, like, it did take Lord and Miller to kind of come in there and just be like, almost throw elbows, right? And be like, this is how we're gonna do it.
Sure.
And even without, like, the Tom Holland Spider-Man stuff, you don't get a lot of that without Lord and Miller.
No, it's true.
Right? It's like, it's just that's the it's the truth.
Can we talk about something, Doel?
Yeah.
That where is he's posting about Denver the Last Dinosaur during the stream? Is it in here? Did I miss Mad Hatter talking about Denver the Last Dinosaur?
Or is he just streaming himself?
Yeah, is he like streaming concurrently to this stream?
Like, on
and my
purpose?
Question is
to talk about Denver the Last Dinosaur?
I love Denver the Last Dinosaur. I'm upset that he's not here. Also, we're talking about it right now on this stream.
Yeah. What's the problem? So. Are we beefing now?
We may be beefing. Let me pull up Mad Hatter reviews.
Beef Dad Life.
Beef Dad Life. No, it doesn't look like he's streaming right now.
Oh, okay. He's just posting videos.
He posted a video. Okay.
Right. About bull airs, which is,
I love bull airs.
I love
really
them
cool.
too. They are they do make such cool stuff, man. So cool.
Yeah, I'm not a sneaker because I love the colors of those Denver the Last Dinosaur shoes.
But you don't need to be a sneaker person. They make cool jackets too.
Yeah, that's why I can't do that. I can't be a toy collector and a sneaker guy. That's like I would be more broke than I already am.
That's true.
So I got 2 Ecto-1s or Ecto-1s and 1As. So I'm broke as hell right now. Plus it's Christmas.
Dude. This is like you going to San Diego Comic-Con and then buying a Hot Toys Batmobile right before you leave.
It's still in the box. I haven't taken it out of its shipper box.
Hey, that's a great thing to donate for Toys to Tots this year.
Some kid getting a
Hot Toy 89 Batmobile. Dude, you would have made someone's Christmas. I'll tell you that.
Here's my question. Is that even a good toy? Like, if you're 8 years old, is the Hot Toys Batmobile a good toy?
Well,
no.
If their dad is still around, their dad will disagree with you.
Right? But it's amazing, but it's not a good toy.
Well, maybe the kid has a sandbox. You never know. Could be a lot of fun.
Maybe.
Throw a Batman hot toy in there too.
Michael, hell yes it is. Well, but you can't push it around, right? Like, it's not like I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know. You haven't taken it out and done a review yet. So what are we supposed to do?
Don't be jealous, guys. I can take care of a fevered toddler. Beat that. I'm so sorry, Near. Whenever Zach.
How come he gets a fevered daughter and we don't?
I've had fevered sons.
Yeah.
Alex got sick as we were flying back from London. And that was fun. Ibuprofen's your friend for sure. But he's good now. He made a quick recovery.
Oh. Good.
But yeah, I don't know if but yeah, hopefully quick recovery.
Yes.
It's tough when they're in that toddler age. Like when Zach went to preschool, he was sick, I think, for 2 years straight. It was brutal. We had tubes. He had surgery to add tubes into his ears because he got ear infections all the time. He had adenoids removed. It's just a period of time when you have kids where it's just you're sick all the time.
Yeah, it's just because there's that period where it's just you just got to keep them alive.
Because they have new immune systems, so they're just gonna get every freaking disease and illness that they could possibly get. Zach got literally, I think, everything Save
Right.
for what he got vaccines for. He didn't get like measles or whatever, but like everything there's not a vaccine for, he got. Brutal. Anyways,
Okay.
that
was our dad portion
of the Geek Dad life.
Yeah.
So that's on Amazon.
Yes. And then we went to their draft picks, which were great.
Not bad.
You were in Europe, so you didn't know. So I did my own draft because every year I do.
What was your pick? Yeah.
So I picked oh my gosh, why am I blanking now? So I picked Death's Head as my deluxe.
Okay.
My wild card was Ant-Man and Wasp.
Nice.
My entertainment was Madeline Pryor.
Okay.
My multi-pack was Mr. Fix-It and Patch.
Nice.
And my comic was Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Ooh, good call. That's great.
Great draft. And it was funny because after I did it, this is before even the live stream hit, Ryan texted me and he goes, "Those were great draft picks." And I was like, thank you. Because it was hard this year. Like if you even take a look at their picks, there was a lot of cool stuff. The Ghost Rider definitely came to my mind as like for deluxe figures.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So that like there was just so much that came out this year. So it was hard. It was really hard picking like one from each. I went with my heart. That's what I chose.
I'd say that's when it comes to these, it's all you can do. Hand, foot, mouth is the worst. I already got it it's one of those illnesses that you just need to get once and then you usually have an immunity for the rest of your life, like chicken pox or whatever. But Colleen somehow never got it as a kid, so she got it as an adult when Zach got hand, foot, mouth. And she will tell you it's one of the sickest she's ever been. Like her throat, it's brutal. It's like your throat gets lacerated. It's awful. It's like worse if you get it as an adult instead of a kid.
That's terrible.
Yeah, kids are great. Kids are great. Let's talk about this guy right here.
From one of the acolytes. Again, awesome. I hope they keep doing more Asteroid M stuff for X-Men. Keep it coming. I'll be getting this entire wave. I don't know who I'm trying to kid. These are great. I will definitely. There's some I'm going to specifically pre-order, like this dude right here, and probably Gambit. But yeah,
Nightcrawler's he's pretty dope.
This cool. Uncanny X-Force Nightcrawler, pretty awesome. I think I'm only missing one X-Force like figure, which is the Deathlock. I think that's the only one I'm missing. I have the rest, but this is awesome. This one's so good. I'm really happy that they're doing it. And hang on, can you go back one?
Sure, yeah.
Go back one. And he comes with a sword, which is something that I really wish the 97 one came with. I wish 97 came with 3 swords, so you could put one in the tail, one in each hand. By the time I think those figures were made, maybe they didn't know about that scene in the show, so I'm not going to give them any grief on that. But I have a feeling like just keep releasing Nightcrawlers, keep giving them swords, and eventually we'll have 3, and we'll be okay.
Or can some enterprising individual just give us a oops all swords package?
Yeah. Could somebody? Yeah.
Somebody that's good at sculpting or something. Because I agree. I want, and maybe like a tail attachment so he can hold the sword in his tail. Because I agree. You want, it's because he did it in X-Men 97. Like you want the 3 sword melee.
Hey, if Mondo is now doing like things under the X-Men 97 banner and they get to Nightcrawler, which I know the entire Mondo team are Nightcrawler guys, like the entire team.
Yep.
The deluxe Nightcrawler should have that extra tail that holds the sword.
Yep. Let's talk to Alex about it on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah. Let's do
we need to confirm this.
Let's do an intervention.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
The things that we need them to make for us.
Yes.
The real fans.
We're gonna list so hard on Wednesday,
dude. so many things to tell him.
You think we've been listened before? You have no idea.
Hey, Christmas is all about wish lists.
Ooh, great plug or segue, because for our patrons, and you can become a patron, you can become a patron at patreon.com/geekdadlife. Tonight, Doel and I are going to do, I think we've done it almost every year on one of our channels, a Wish Book Wonderland. We're going to be looking through old wish books. And I found this website with every single Sears, Montgomery Ward, J.C. Penney catalog of the past 100 years. And we're going to be flipping through the pages of some old wish books.
We're going to call it Flippin' Christmas.
Flippin' Christmas. And we'll have some fun. And After Dark tonight. So become a patron, $5 a month. Come hang out. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
There's the plug. Okay. Moving on here. Let's keep moving on.
Okay.
This person, I don't know who she is.
That is Husk.
Fan.
That is Cannonball's sister.
Okay, I know them.
This is part of the Generation X team. So this would be with like, they've already came out with like M, like Monet, and they've come out with Chamber. So she's the next part to finishing off that team. Also, one of the villains of that book is also in this wave, which is also very exciting. One of my most anticipated figures. I've been saying that all dang night. But no, she's great. I like the fact that they're doing the removable, like tearing off the face and her powers underneath. I love it. This is great. Continue doing Generation X. Just keep, trickling them into waves. I really hope they do get around to the Generation X Jubilee. And I would love it if they made Skin. Yes, there's a dude named Skin. And he's awesome. Here's another thing, too, that they're starting to get into. This is Wolverine. This is not just any Wolverine. This is Ultimate Wolverine from the Ultimate line of comics. This Wolverine has done some very questionable things that are very like, rereading that had me go, no, I don't think they should have done that. That was kind of gross. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. All the rest of the X-Men are teenagers. Okay, Scott, Jean, Storm,
really,
Iceman, because it's the Ultimate line, because like even it was like the Teenage Spider-Man, all that stuff.
Sure, yeah.
He says it's extreme, but I swear, because he said it was extreme, but I am certain that is the Ultimate costume, right?
Like my Marvel Legends says,
it's extreme. I'm like, not Ultimate. I'm like, is it? Because that looks like Ultimate Wolverine to me. Plus, hey, here's my take on Extreme X-Men. That comic was terrible.
Ooh, hot take.
There it is. Terrible.
There you go.
Look at everyone trying to correct me. Everyone's so proud of themselves.
Don't stop being wrong. I guess that's true.
No soul patch. I guess there's
equals no Ultimate.
Yeah. I guess that's true. That's the only time if anyone else tries to correct me tonight, that'll be a $5 super chat.
Extreme X-Men was bad.
Yeah. See, Extreme X-Men was bad. It was terrible. It was a terrible comic. Cool covers, but it was a rough read. It was a rough read.
There you go. How about this Cyclops though?
I'm going to say it's Ultimate because I don't want to care. I don't want to collect Extreme. That's
this Cyclops blast effect, yeah.
Dude, I think we're all buying this for the blast effect.
Absolutely. Kind of pissed that I'm buying this for the blast effect, but whatever.
No, everyone is. We all are. We're getting it for the Build-A-Figure piece and the blast effect. And then we're all going to put this blast effect on our X-Men 97 Cyclops. Yep. And we'll call it a day.
Well, my question is, do they make the plastic light enough that the head won't fall down or whatever?
I don't know.
Right?
Ryan, leave a comment below after you watch this tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
Let us
Oh,
know.
it looks great. Looks cool.
Looks
I kind of
great.
want the white instead of the yellow, so I got my Toy Biz figure, but
Oh, they made that. They put it on a retro card.
you're right, they did. Never mind. This cable looks great.
Well, that cable's already come out because they're putting
exactly.
that cable out to put
Arrow.
out with because that's part of this Build a Zabu line, that cable, and that is to say like, hey, we know you like Marvel versus Capcom 2. Here's Marrow, and Marrow was also one of the villains in Generation X, so you get kind of like a double whammy with this one. Again, guess what? Another highly anticipated figure we've all been asking for, including myself. I love Marrow. I loved her when she joined the X-Men. This would have been like what, 99, 98, 99, 2000, I want to say. I'm sure the chat will love to correct me on that too. So please do. Because and now we have Maggot, who is also part of that. And then, yes, of course, as Dave is saying, I need a Cecilia Reyes as well. I agree. But yeah, anything more to add to? Look at these photos. Man,
she looks
so badass.
Not to be, I don't know, crude or whatever, but she's hot as hell. Like, this figure is hella attractive. I don't know what it is.
It's the abs.
Generally, it's the abs, but then it's like the booty. Like, she just looks phenomenal. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm a happily married man, but like, she's hot as hell.
Dude, it's fine. It's a cartoon. It's
You're
fine.
right.
Don't worry about it.
But this pose, she just looks like, okay, dude, all right.
The bones coming out of the back, just everything. It is
the bones. It is the bones.
It's it's the bones. Right?
She's hot as hell. It's like, okay, whatever you say, I'm in. Let's go.
Right? And it's like Wolf the Wicked. Too hot for a Morlock. That's the other thing too. We don't have enough Morlocks that are in Marvel Legends as well. So this is great. This is right up there with the Ms. Marvel and Madeline Pryor. We could do. I'm not gonna do it. It'll come bad coming from me. I will do a stream with Alice, and then we'll talk about the hottest figures in
this has to be one of the hottest. It's got to make the list.
Yeah, 100%. This is so good. This is so good. I'm very excited about this figure, and I think this one's going to be hot on the pre-orders. I
think so too.
I can't imagine it not being. And I love how they left her like she's like the last one. Like they knew what they had.
Yep.
But I did squeal. I did.
Yeah, I did. It's hard not to. Okay. This one, it's been a minute. Has it been since the like shitty early Hasbro Marvel Legends since we've gotten what are they calling him now?
Well, they're calling him now Nemesis. I don't know. Do we get flagged if we say his actual like what?
Probably.
We're not gonna do it,
but
it might cost us a whole lot. So regardless, this is Nemesis. This is his more modern.
I gotta find the picture.
X-Force.
Because that figure, that old Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure was kind of crappy. What was
right? And then he got a figure in the Age of Apocalypse line in the Toy Biz 90s as well.
Yeah, Nemesis. BAF.
Right.
Brian
right Carr makes a good point.
Guy.
The old Nemesis was much better. I don't know if
we think this is better. I don't like this at all. Wait, and this is a bad take. I didn't like the way this one looked.
I think the new one is far superior. Like I get that people might want this one because it has the Age of Apocalypse look.
Yeah.
Do it, but I think even then, if they're doing that, this is not a good figure for it.
No, I think I'm more judging on the figure front, where I just think it's kind of a crappy figure. It's early Hasbro Marvel Legends, which those ones had a lot of problems.
A lot of them just looked gross.
Yeah, they did. They just did
like,
not.
That's quite saying something. And I know I'm the Toy Biz like defender of the night, but like even to be like, hey, these were worse than a lot of the like the Marvel Legends that Toy Biz was doing, because I still feel like the Toy Biz Marvel Legends, especially in the last 2 years of that line, the consistency wasn't always there. So it's like for every like juggernaut you get, you might get something like Scarlet Witch. Which
the thing with Toy Biz Marvel Legends, even though they're antiquated, like there is like a style and an art to them that I still appreciate today. Whereas like,
hey, I still got some that we haven't had redone yet, sitting with my Hasbro ones. Like the Brood Queen.
Absolutely.
The Brood Queen Build-A-Figure, that one's still on the shelf.
I think there's still definitely ones that can hold their own with Marvel. But what I mean is that I will do that for Toy Biz figures, but I wouldn't do it for early Hasbro Marvel Legends. Like, I don't think there's any redeeming early Hasbro Marvel Legend figure.
There might be one.
Which one?
Rachel Summers. They did what would have been a modern Rachel Summers of that time, and it wasn't a bad figure. Zorn is another. No, Zorn was Toy Biz. Never mind. Take that back. I don't want the chat coming after me again. Dear God.
This is the early packaging. So is this it?
That's it. That's the one.
Okay.
Like it's not the worst figure. I wouldn't say it's like spectacular by any means. And granted, I'm also very like biased towards any of my Excalibur characters. If they get a figure, I get very excited. Okay, maybe it is shit. Never mind. I take it back. My memory did not serve me well.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was $250, not a hollow cost.
Right.
God, this is where it's just like it looked dated when they came out in the late 2000s.
They look so bad. Like, do you remember the Emma Frost that came out?
Yeah.
Oh God. Dude, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I worked on those toys back then. We only slightly apologize.
Anywho, let's back on track here. But this looks infinitely better in my just from a toy perspective. Maybe it's not the character design you like or whatever, but I just think this looks better.
Is the one that showed up at Uncanny X-Force. Again, chat, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'll stop doing that.
I love it. Chat roast all the time.
Please, could you? Hey, you want to hear another hot take?
Let's hear it.
I think this is Marvel Legends' reply to the Four Horsemen.
Ooh, okay. It does have a cosmic.
It has a cosmic legion, and it also has like a mythic legion, like skeleton head in there.
Yeah,
like it's very well sculpted, and I guarantee you, there's probably going to be like Four Horsemen fans would be like, "It is not even close. What are you drinking? What's going up there in Canada? Is the air thin? What's going on?" Well, it is, but I mean, regardless, I just think this is a beautiful figure, and I was like, it struck that chord with me of like, man, this is like some Four Horsemen level shenanigans going on here at the Marvel Legends team. Even though I'm sure they will all I'm pretty sure all the fans will disagree and be like, no, there's nothing better than, well, there is nothing better than Four Horsemen. Everything they do is amazing. There it is. There it is. Thanks, Dan. Well, he would actually know better than I would. He actually buys all the skeletons. Does he not?
I have the skeleton. He's right here.
Well, yeah, we all have skeletons, Jay. We're born with them. Oh, that one.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
But I will say that one has an it does have it has an articulated jaw too. Yeah, this is way better than anything Hasbro's ever done. No, I'm just kidding. I love this in reply to saying, chat, stop roasting me. Brian Merchant, just stop being wrong then.
I can't be wrong when you know I'm right.
Goodness. Anyway, all right. Let's. I think that's everything. Is that everything? Maybe close-ish.
Yeah, that's everything.
Come
That's
on.
everything. I don't know, man. I think this Nemesis figure
Tubes
is
to
so good,
guns.
right? And I think every character in this wave is awesome. So I mean, like, this is a very easy set to buy. I am going to play you the voice message my buddy Tyler left me.
Oh, let's hear it. You got to put it up to the microphone. Oh, he froze.
I actually ended up sending it to Ryan because I was like, okay, this is your.
Okay.
Oh,
you froze. You're back now.
Frozen?
You're back now.
I'm back. Okay.
Back.
So I sent this voice message to Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like, dude, you got to know, you got to get this kind of feedback.
Dude, if I could repeat a morning every single day for the rest of my life and feel the feelings that I felt with that Marvel Legends reveal, I might pick today. That was amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love
that was the message. He was like, dude, I felt it too. It just, and I have to agree. Like if nothing in that stream excited you about Marvel Legends, then yeah, I don't think Marvel Legends is for you.
I love it.
Go collect Black Series. Maybe you can get one accessory with that.
Randall Guzik's if loving Dole is wrong, we don't want to be right.
Yeah. Thanks, Randall.
Make my Marvel Legends. By the way, the Toy Geeks podcast this week with Ken talking 86 was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Well, Ken, let's put Joe's. That is Ken's wheelhouse.
Ken knows Joe. He knows Joe very well.
Like that's him.
He did a great job. This week will be 87. I think, and Dan and I kind of talk about this. I think we're gonna break up 87 into like maybe 3 parts.
Why?
There's so many figures. I mean, there's been so many.
Are you doing like one host for all 3, or are you like gonna do like different people?
Maybe
throughout?
Different people for each one. I don't know.
Wow.
It's just there's like 27 different lines within lines for 87 GI Joe.
That's when that line peaked, right?
But by numerical value, probably.
Right. Even though we all agree Snake Eyes version 2 was when it peaked. But I mean, that's what I mean, like in popularity.
Right, like, I was doing research like Battle Force 2000. Why?
Hey, is not the Battle Force 2000? Is that not Hooded Coco in the black suit?
Maybe.
Is that because if it is,
yeah, I think so.
I would not poop on Battle Force 2000 because that toy looks awesome.
It does. God, it's too many. It's too many figures. So we'll break it up. Maybe part 1, part 2, maybe 3 parts. I don't know. Maybe like one episode's just figures, another episode's just vehicles, maybe.
Right.
It's so much. Studio Henge, been loving the Toy Geeks podcast, listening to bits every day, biking through the city in Japan that I'm in, picking up the kids' school, etc. It's been one of my favorite things in 2024. Thank you so much, everybody that's been listening.
Thank you, Rob. See?
Okay.
Thank you. This is the kind of correction I need. This is supportive. This is nice. Thank you, Rob. Battle Core is the Black Suit Cobra Commander. I think that figures.
Listen, don't you live by the sword, die by the sword. Like you gotta,
Listen. I hate feedback. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Hey, how about these teases? What do you think these teases are?
Adam Warlock.
Okay.
That's a staff. So I think if that's not Adam Warlock, I think we're all going to be a little surprised.
Okay. I was thinking the sorceress from Masters of the Universe, but that makes way more sense. That's more like, okay, go ahead.
Right.
What's this piece?
That's clearly from something Spider-Man. This is
maybe
so
they're trying to mislead you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Someone posted a photo of like Venom doing one of his moves in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So it was like maybe it's a Marvel versus Capcom style Venom, which would be fun. This could be anything. People are like, oh, it's a deluxe Spider-Man, like this ultimate deluxe Spider-Man figure, which would also be fun. Yeah, right. Marvel versus Capcom Spidey. But people are people are like going fast here. Like Brian's saying it, Legion X is saying it, right? McGim, Venom, right? Blue Venom, Tony Toponi, right? So everyone's kind of going for it. Ouch! It's Gwen Stacy from Mega Man Blade. Dude.
Oh damn!
Right?
Mega
Like
Man
it's just,
Blade.
dude, be nice. But I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm excited. This too, that last one he said it's an unfinished effect.
Okay.
Is what Dwight said. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, this is the wings for Uncanny X-Force Archangel and stuff. So I was like, oh, maybe. And then again, people were like, oh, maybe it's cards for Gambit, new ones. There's
yeah.
There's a lot because again, these are so vague. It's so funny. If Dan didn't put his hand there, this blends in perfectly with Dwight's shirt.
It does.
You couldn't see it. It was so funny. But again, this could be anything. And I'm excited. I don't know. I love when it's just like, what is it? And then you don't know, right? Long shot, someone said, right? Rick Jones. Make mine Marvel Legends. No. That Blade effects,
maybe,
right? I need everyone from Archangel, right? So it's I don't know. Let the fans fight. That's what I say.
Let you all. To me, one of the more fun things in fandom is when you try to guess what something is versus knowing what something is. So
right, yeah, I think so too. Speculation's fun. Just don't get attached to your speculation when you're wrong.
That is
because you know what, Jay? It's okay to be wrong sometimes, and I think people need to know this.
Oh my god! All right, just let's wrap up other things going on in the toy world. Let's just check in. Last look at the HasLab Ecto-1 1A. Let's see how Mr. Brian Brink did with his projections. I think it went a little bit over his highest projection. And so it ended up at 16,987. His highest projection had at 15,285. I mean, still within a couple thousand.
No, that's still good. That's still pretty accurate, if you ask me.
Well, it was just such a weird HasLab. It was hard to quantify what it would be because there was no tiers or anything. But Dave, really we'll get to Transformers. Don't worry, because I did kind of dig the Transformers stuff too. It's okay. We'll get to it.
Okay. I know nothing about Transformers. You guys can definitely yell at me in the chat.
But almost 17,000 people backed, or 17,000 units were backed for this HasLab. What's your thoughts on how it did?
First off, I love how it was at 9,000 for like 2 weeks.
Forever. Yeah.
And then within 2 days, it went up almost double.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. First off, it also has me go, why weren't you just backing it 2 weeks ago?
Well, maybe you need to make sure.
But I mean,
the money.
I guess that's true. I guess, and again, too, once things fund, it always, there's that skyrocket after something funds.
Yeah.
So this is, I think this is great. It's really unfortunate that we probably won't be getting too much more Ghostbusters out of Hasbro.
Yeah, I think looking at these final numbers, I don't think it did well enough to get us more.
Would it need like ghost numbers?
Yeah, or even match the other
like the trap
Ghostbuster stuff. Yeah, it did
2 in the box and stuff.
Yeah, 2 in the box did 24,000. The Proton Pack did 21,000. It didn't get those numbers. It didn't get G.I. Joe classified numbers.
Right.
So I don't, in a world where Hasbro's been kind of reticent to do anything with Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
I don't see them looking at these numbers and be like, oh my God, we're ready to do more.
I will say this. I've been saying that a lot. I've been starting a lot of sentences with that tonight. I just noticed that. It's a very exciting time, an expensive time to be a Ghostbusters fan, because I think a lot of us also ordered Peter Venkman's and Sam Haynes from Mondo. So we were dropping another $200 on top of already this.
It's $1,000. I dropped $1,000 on Ghostbuster stuff. The 2 Ectos and the Mondo. $1,000.
Right. So the yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not like we're not getting anything, and clearly Mondo's going to still be pumping stuff out. But it is like I do find it's good. But this is great. I think I'm glad that it funded. I'm glad that we're all getting it. Craig will get his before the rest of you, so don't get mad at him.
I need to talk to Emily. Like, Craig, give it to him. Okay, he's done. They do a lot of work.
Well, we wouldn't. This HasLab wouldn't have funded without Craig. Craig single-handedly funded.
Single-handedly, Craig.
Yeah.
Nobody else. But nobody else. I would love a review sample just so I could do a video early. That's it. That's all I'm asking for, Emily.
Just message her.
I will. I'm gonna send her a message.
Okay, do it.
Send her a letter.
Do it right now.
Buy me a ticket for an airplane. But yeah, so I so excited, funded, excited that we're getting this thing, but I don't think the in numbers were enough to warrant Ghostbusters doing more.
Right. Well, if that's the case, then they should pass the license to someone else.
Agreed. So the question becomes, and I have heard, even I was in the round table with Hasbro and they alluded to doing like a 4-pack of the original Ghostbusters again. But like, okay, that's not, we want like ghosts and stuff like that, but cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Plus it's a smart for them to re-release them anyways when it gets closer to that coming out.
Free money.
So for anyone who missed those Ghostbusters, you can have that to go with your Ecto-1.
But a lot of people are saying Jada. Who would you want to pick up GB after Hasbro probably drops it? Yeah.
Maybe go back to Mattel.
Interesting. Okay.
Just because I always think of, I think Mattel falls back on a lot of people's radar.
Yep.
But I think about how diverse their wrestling line is.
True.
They do vehicles and stuff for that line too. So I'm just always like, oh, maybe Mattel. If they wanted to go bold, they should maybe just let Mondo do it, or at least split up the rights if you need to, and just let Mondo do real Ghostbusters. And that way they can expand the line however they want to.
Exactly.
So if they want to do accessory packs, with extra portraits and gear and expressions, they can do all of that. Yep.
Agreed. I in a world like I want Mondo to just be able to do their thing and not being, encumbered by whatever.
Space Beast is saying Mondo's Ghostbusters is cool but pricey. And I said, if they get the master license on real Ghostbusters, that may not be the issue anymore.
Yep.
Right. So, because they're not having to go through third party to really kind of do it. So they had the master toy license for RGB. Bang. I think the prices would go down, and I think you'd see a big shift in what they would do compared to anyone else.
Exactly. And more things would be on the table, more opportunities. So, Agreed. I don't think Mattel would get it back because they already had it. Clearly, they didn't want to keep it because they let it lapse and let Hasbro pick it back up. So
that was a different time then. There wasn't movies. There was just the video game.
They had the 2016 movie. They were still,
didn't they?
Yeah, that was theirs. That was Mattel's.
Man, you can't even. I'm going to do a thumbnail one week where it's like, why Answer the Call is the greatest Ghostbusters movie of all time.
It's a lot better than people give it credit for. or not credit for.
I'm
I
just
think
curious
it's
how many
fine.
people, and then just not talk about it at all, and just talk about Batman or something, and then just see how many people come in just to spout hate about it in the chat. I hate that movie. It's not real Ghostbusters. We're like, whew, calm down. All right, Transformers, more than meets the eye, Jay.
More than meets the eye. A lot of reveals today. Are they on? I would assume they'd be on this website. Maybe I was wrong.
I don't know. What you're now a Transformers guy.
I am. Oh, you're right.
You
I
said
am.
so.
You're right. You
You said it,
I've
not
been
me.
buying the 86, whatever. Is this all that's on? I don't know. The post
Was there like a big giant reveal?
There's a bunch of reveals for this new Ages of Prime, and in the Discord, Dave put a whole bunch of pictures of maybe. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Yeah, this guy. Age of Prime's Wave 1 Titan Star Optimus Prime.
Ooh.
I have no idea what this is, but I dig this Optimus Prime. He looks freaking cool.
He looks like a graffiti artist designed him.
I know. He looks sick.
Right? Like that's what I'm saying. He looks cool.
Yeah. And
yeah, I dig it too.
Optimus Prime is already a cool dude. Like he's one of the coolest designs ever. Like this looks really cool.
Yeah, I like this.
I've heard of the G2 Grimlock.
Who's
you got
that?
This guy, I don't know. Hammer guy.
I like that.
Hammertron.
That looks fun. There's still a Transformer I saw a couple years ago, Jay. Mm-hmm. I don't know what its name was. I can only tell you that it was a car and it was like pastel pink and blue and like purple. And it looked awesome. And I know nothing about Transformers, so I can't even like be like, hey, this one shook my. Oh, look at the colors.
Yes, it's G2 style Grimlock. And so Grimlock is a very expensive figure in the 86 style or whatever. I dig this G2 style, but I need the regular one. I need it.
Get it.
Hammer person is Solus Prime. She's a lady. Oh. She's a lady. Whoa,
nice.
Whoa. And
I dig it.
She looks badass. Is that her? I'm
yeah.
guessing this is her. This Grimlock's sick. I guess I'll have to be my sub in while I wait to find maybe a more reasonably priced G1. I regret not getting this HasLab because it looks sick.
Man, I like the all-American colors.
Yeah, this was Robots in Disguise. So Optimus Prime was his fire truck, and Ultra.
Well, I was like, yeah, I was about to say, is that a fire truck?
Yeah, he's a fire truck.
That's awesome.
And then
I like
and
fire
then him and Ultramax combined to this dude. And I have the original figure of toy of this, of both of them, but kind of regret not doing this HasLab because it looks phenomenal.
Brandon Estrada is saying Star Convoy was a Japanese only figure.
Ah. Boom.
Very cool.
So there you have it, folks. Transformers, we talked about it. Can't be mad at us.
Yep. I didn't even say anything bad about it. I don't even collect it. I was nice.
Oh, and I guess Power Ranger Life says original 86 Grimlock is getting a re-release. Perfect.
That's what you needed.
Perfect.
Isn't that what you asked for?
That's what we asked for. That's what I asked for in the show in real time. All right, Dole. That's a good spot to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Again, this week on your channel, Gotham City Tonight, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, it's a late show.
Which is fine because we're doing our Christmas dinner at a little restaurant in Raleigh called Angus Barn. And I'll be filled up on steak. So I'm
gonna have a nap during the stream.
Yeah, well, I'll do a quick nap before I jump on.
Oh, you can do that and feel okay?
Oh, I'm a power napper. Yeah, 15-minute quick power nap. So
I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Also, buy this X-Men, the manga. Nice big foam book. This came out a couple weeks ago. I've just been going through it, and I am obsessed with it.
Ooh,
Look at that.
looks fun.
Like, yeah, lots of beautiful art in it. I don't know how to turn pages, apparently.
Well, mangas go like opposite direction, right?
Yeah, they do. But it's great stuff. Right?
Okay, well, there you go. If I give you a
Super cute.
super chat, can you mention the 5.5 Thunder? Oh, who's doing that?
Who is doing that?
Super 7? I think it's Super 7, right?
Oh, I did buy a Transformer. Death's Head is a Transformer, and he made my top of the year list. Thank you, Randall.
So yeah, let me pull these up real quick.
Randall got the Marvel DC Omnibus. That's cool. Oh, Super 7.
Yeah, Super
Toy
7.
Collector
But, like,
and Deep Space Niner. They got our backs.
Funko did this already, right? I feel like somebody already
They did.
So it's fun. It's cool. I think it's neat for those that don't want to buy vintage but have that feel.
Right.
But to me, it's I have a vintage Thundercats collection, and maybe this is speaking from a place of privilege, but I feel like if you want vintage retro style Thundercats, just get the original Thundercats.
I want if I could find them. They're hard to find. I think they're crazy expensive. If I was going to start getting into Thundercats, I'd get the minifigures that came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
With those play sets.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my jam.
Yeah.
But man, they are tough to find.
And Mattel is also doing a Thundercats Motu crossover. So that's a factor too. Because in Super 7 fashion, these are 30 doll hairs.
Oof. That's expensive.
That's spendy. And yes, I do, Blake. I do have a loose, complete Astromote monster. I'm looking at him right now.
Look at that. Look at you.
I'm pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I think if you're excited about this, I think it's great. But I $30. I want to see what these look like. Renders, you can't.
How much do the Funko ones go for? Like if we were to look up the Funko ones now,
let's look it up real quick. Let's go on the old Evil Bay.
Could you get one for less than $30?
Funko.
Thunder, 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 cats. Oh, I don't want to sing it too well. We'll get copyrighted.
Thunder, 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 cats. I think it's Savage World was the.
That makes sense.
Okay, here we go.
There's a 65 for 4 of them. Right? Like, why not just get these?
And the Lino is at least toy colors.
Hey, and you know what? These don't look that bad.
Well, they look bad in the right ways, I think.
Like, but no, that's what I mean. Like these look. I don't know. I think these look pretty good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just $30 a pop. That's a lot for like when Motu Origins, which are amazing.
Yes.
And they've gone up in price. What are they, like $17, $18 now, whatever they are? But still, it's a lot cheaper than $30. But the Funko ones I did here, the QC was off on the Funkos. But
oh, okay. That I didn't know.
And they're shiny in person, but
well, if Shiny Plastic People is here, then those are for him.
Shiny plastic people. Shiny plastic people. Hey.
But nice. You should be in a band.
I'm a big B-52s fan. Big B-52s fan.
All right, should we go look at some wish books?
Yeah, we're going over to After Dark. So come join us. Patreon.com/GeekDeadLife. Some people are upset we're paywalling wish book flipping, but you know what? Listen.
Hey, it's just $5. You can.
It's $5. That's nothing with inflation.
Dude, that's like You can't even get a grande Starbucks coffee for $5.
You can't.
So I don't want to hear it.
Not gonna hear it. Anyway, we'll be back next week. Maybe next week will be like favorite figures of the year. I'm trying to convince Jonathan from Nostalgia Unboxed to join, but he's
Get the other
butthead.
Jonathan from Hero
What's
Source
the other
Collectibles.
Jonathan? Oh, I would love to.
See if you can get him. Just it's an
He
end of
won't.
the year thing. Just
I
I'll message him.
You can message him and be like, I don't know. I haven't bought any figures in a year or two.
But he would know
Nobody
what
wanna
figures
hear my-
came out anyway. He could still be he's still in the know.
I agree. You convince him.
As far as I'm concerned, John is the voice of toys.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
So that's that.
I haven't been to his shop in a while. I talked to him on Thanksgiving briefly, but
Well, maybe you
I
should
need
put
to go
some
to a
effort
shop.
in there too.
I will. On that note, wait, that's the wrong song.
It's a good one though.
This was my theme for when we did Stranger Things. Shoom, shoom, shoom. There we go. All right. That's it. That's all we got. Patrons, we'll see you after dark. And until next time, hasta luego. And goodbye. See you on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
Gotham City tonight. Be there or be square, folks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.